In today's video, we're going to talk about CIA's initiation of the gateway experience. McDonald was commissioned to work on the gateway experience in the 1980s at a time in U.S. history when the nation was taking a deep interest in different varieties of psychic research, primarily since the Soviet Union too was taking a keen interest in psychokinesis and extrasensory perception, ESP, for espionage missions during the Cold War. The basis of the gateway experience actually comes from research conducted by one Robert Monroe, a radio broadcasting executive who was studying to understand the effects of sound on human consciousness during the 1950s. Monroe's company, Monroe Industries, registered patents for an audio technique dubbed hemisync that according to him could create an altered state of consciousness with the help of sound waves, played via a series of tapes, to sync the output of the left and right hemispheres of the brain, hence the name hemisync. If you've caught on till now, your mind too might be thinking that all of this doesn't seem scientific, as it will be difficult to establish the scientific evidence for the outcomes. However, McDonald listed out how his analysis laid out the following scientific components to make this a valid research. It included biomedical models to understand the physical aspects of the gateway process. It also included quantum mechanics to explain the nature and functioning of human consciousness. It also involves theoretical physics to explain the nature of the time-space dimension and the means by which it could be extended by expanding consciousness using the process. It also involved classic physics to explain the out-of-body experience into the language of physical science. Reaching the gateway experience. McDonald spoke about Monroe's process of reaching the gateway, a 7-day-long process that enabled the widening of consciousness of the human mind. On the first day, the subject is taught to isolate extraneous concerns or irrelevant things in mind into a visualization device called an energy conversion box. In the next stage, he is made to hear resonant humming on a tape and is asked to mimic this sound too. In the third stage, the subject is asked to repeat a gateway affirmation such as "I am merely a physical body and deeply desire to expand my consciousness." Next, the subject is exposed to hemisync sound frequencies while also asking them to focus on developing perception and appreciation for feelings that accompany the synchronization of brainwaves. After this, physical relaxation techniques are introduced while hemisync frequencies expand and include pink and white noise that puts the body in a virtual sleep state and calms the brain's left hemisphere while raising awareness in the right hemisphere. After this, the subject is asked to imagine an energy balloon that is extending from the top of the head, around the body and going all the way to the feet where it flows back into the body and to the head and out of the head again, forming a cycle of sorts. This basically resembles the flow of energy in the universe and provides protection against conscious entities that have lower energy levels that the subject could come across in case he or she attains out-of-body state. After mastering these techniques, the subject can progress into more exploratory stages of the gateway experience where they learn how to interact with and manipulate newly discovered dimensions of awareness. Time-traveling aspect. McDonald also touches upon the time-traveling aspect which can be enabled by intensifying sounds on the hemisync tapes named Focus 15. While listening to this tape, they're asked to visualize time as a wheel with spokes that point to events in their past. In his tests, less than 5% of individuals could successfully travel in their past throughout the 7-day training period. But he's of the belief that with a few weeks of training they could easily travel in their past. McDonald added, they also state that not only the individual's past history is available for examination by the one who has achieved Focus 15, but other aspects of the past with which the individual himself has had no connection may also be accessed. But that wasn't all. After trying to explore their past, subjects were asked to venture into the future, with the Focus 21 tapes. But not many could reach this level. According to McDonald, it would take months or even years of practice to reach this level. But the final stage was learning out-of-the-body movement where the subject could lift themselves out of their body after their brainwave pattern and energy would sync harmoniously with the surrounding electromagnetic environment. According to McDonald, none of the test subjects were able to achieve this.